Hello Year 1. This week our literacy is going to be all about the story of Handa's Hen. And you can read this story either by reading it on the whole class reading sheet, or there's a link for you to listen and watch the story online on our home learning sheet. Now this story is another story by Eileen Brown. We read Handa's Surprise last week, and this week we're having a look at Handa's Hen. And Handa's Hen is going to help us with our writing again. So one of the first activities you will find that you have got to do this week is you will see you have got a sequencing sheet. And on your sequencing sheet, you will have another sheet that has lots of different pictures on from the story. And if you have a look, you can see that I have already cut out my picture of the hen. So I'm just going to stick that onto my sequencing sheet. And then I'm going to look at my picture. And I'm going to notice these two buttons that we've talked about before. These are from our Writing Rainbow Fantastics. And you can see that we've got the noticing button and we've also got the action button. So underneath my hen, I'm going to write what I've noticed. And obviously I've noticed that there is a hen. So I'm going to write the word hen underneath that picture. I've left myself a space above it because I want to write something else there in a little while. And if I have a think about the story, I want to have a think about the action in this part of the story. And the action in this part of the story is where I noticed that Handa was trying to find the hen. She searched. So the action there is searched. I'm just going to write searched to remind me that I'd like to use that word in my writing later. Now I want to improve that. I want to add an adjective to hen to make my writing even better. So I know they call it a black hen, so I'm going to put that colour word in. I'm going to use black. And that's my adjective to describe the hen. But I also want to find an adverb that could describe search. How might we search for something? And I know that Handa was rather worried and rather frantic about not being able to find the hen. So I'm going to put frantically. There, she frantically searched. So I've got some key words there. I'm not going to write a sentence there. I'm just going to go on now to my next picture, which is the picture of the butterflies, and I would stick those into number 2 and do exactly the same job for number 2. Think about my key words, my important words that will help me with my writing. Now, after you've finished your first session, your first activity, you'll be going back to the story sheet because you've also got a quiz to answer about the story. And the reason we're doing that is because by answering questions about the story, that helps you to really get to know the story well. So you will find out things about the story that maybe you didn't notice the first time you read it, and that thinking about the questions will make you find out more information. So that's your second session to do that. And then for your third session, you'll be going back to your writing again. Now, when you have a look at your sequencing sheet, that's already going to have done some of the work for you now, hasn't it? Because you will have some key words on there that you would like to use in your story. So you've got this. I'm going to just put myself a heading at the top of this. I'm going to write Handa's Hen, because that's what my story is called today. So there's Handa's Hen, and I'm going to start a new line to do my writing. And I'm going to remember to start with my capital letter. Now, I would like to write and let everybody know what is happening at the beginning of the story. And I know that it was Handa's job every morning to go and feed her grandma's hen and to give it some breakfast. So I would like to put that as the introduction to my story because that will also introduce Handa to everybody and they will know this story is going to be about Handa. So I'm going to start by thinking of what I'd like to write. I'd like to write Every morning, Handa went to give her grandma's black hen her breakfast. I'm going to sneak that describing word in. Make sure I use that. So every morning, now I need my capital letter to start, don't I? So every morning, Handa went to give her grandma's, I need that apostrophe because the hen belongs to grandma. Her grandma's, here comes my describing word, her grandma's black hen her breakfast. Oh, and I'm going to read that before I put my full stop. Every morning, Handa went to give her grandma's black hen her breakfast. And actually, do you know what? I'm not going to put a full stop because I want to make that sentence even longer and better. So I'm going to use a but here. I'm going to put a comma just for a little breath, and I'm going to put a but. I like a but. You know something exciting is going to come when you hear a but, don't you? But I think I want to say about the fact that she goes to feed the hen, but finds that the hen isn't actually there. So, but one morning she went and Mondi the hen, I'm going to put the name of the hen this time, and Mondi the hen wasn't there. I think that would be a good end to this sentence. So let's have a think. I've got my but one morning she went and now I'm going to write Mondi, so I've got to remember that Mondi is a name. It needs a capital letter, doesn't it? And Mondi wasn't there. Oh, now I could have a full stop, couldn't I? But I think she was a bit surprised that Mondi wasn't there, so I'm actually going to put an exclamation mark there. Mondi wasn't there. Let me read that now. Every morning, Handa went to give her grandma's black hen her breakfast, but one morning she went and Mondi wasn't there. So my next bit now, I'd have to look at my next lens, wouldn't I now? I need to look at my action lens. And the next part for me in my writing is for me to now think about writing about Handa frantically searching for Mondi. That would be what I construct my next sentence around. I wonder what you'll construct your sentence around. You probably will have very different words to the words I've used. But I think you will enjoy writing that story today. It's a lovely story, and I think you will enjoy constructing it over a few days maybe. Don't think that you have to write the whole story at the same time, but you can come back to it. I'll probably do a little bit more now, and then maybe come back to it and do a little bit more tomorrow, so that I slowly build my story up. It's much better that I really concentrate on making each sentence a really good sentence rather than rushing through to get my story finished. So enjoy writing your stories about Handa's hen, and I'm really looking forward to reading some of those stories that you send through for us to read on our email address.